week we watched The Mighty Ducks, which has apparently been in my apartment since I moved in with my now husband, and I didn't even know it. First up, we're gonna talk about the sportiness of the movie. And this is off to a strong start, actually. Sportiness seems pretty high. They actually play hockey. The hockey scenes have some real tension. There are some questionable advice that they're getting from the coach. For instance, the guy that becomes their star player doesn't know how to skate, and he's like, no problem, which I'm pretty sure is a problem if you want to play hockey. That seems to be like the barrier to entry. It definitely gets some points from the fact that there is now a real team named the Mighty Ducks. Disney was like, we have all this Mighty Ducks merchandise and we can cross-promote it if there's a real hockey team. I'm assuming that that's what happened. Plot. I have a lot to say about the plot. The movie, from the perspective of Adam Banks, is the story of how two grown-ass men low-key ruin his life while they're trying to like relitigate a feud from back before he was even born. It's not heartwarming comeuppance that Emilio Estevez decides to like narc on some zoning rules that force this poor kid to like change teams midway through the season and join a bunch of kids who already hate him and like leave behind his friends who decide to take it out on him by bullying him and effectively causing him to get what appears to be a pretty serious concussion in the final game. But it's like, oh, it's okay, the drunk lawyer got to like relive his childhood glory. Also, if the other coach is so good, why is he still coaching Pee-wee hockey some 20 years later? Move on! At least coach high school. Here's my problem with emotional resonance in this movie. The sympathetic figure is a rich, successful white lawyer dude who drinks and drives, and we're supposed to be like, oh no, but poor him, when he was 10 he missed a shot in a hockey game and now he's still bummed about it all these years later. At one point, Emilio Estevez calls it the hardest time in my life. I don't buy into the idea that everybody, including current professional hockey players, a kindly Scandinavian skate shop owner, and this like evil coach are all like, ah, the one that got away, a guy who was good as a preteen.
Maybe we can all go down to the Winter Festival tonight.
You should go. With my mom. By yourselves. You know, she has many fine qualities that men find attractive. She deserves somebody nice. Go for it.
So, Charlie is the kid who doesn't have a dad in this movie, because nobody has a dad in sports movies. But Charlie wants his drunk coach to make it with his hot mom, because like, I don't know, because he doesn't have another father figure or something. There are no men in this Minnesota town, and then they do. And there's like a weird scene, Emilio Estevez out with the hot mom, and she says, like, this is not a joke. He's a kid, he needs a dad. Like, you can't be joking around. And he's like, lady, you trying to get me to propose on the first date? And then they kiss. That's the resolution to that. Like, he doesn't offer her any sort of reassurance that he like won't ruin this kid's life. And then he kind of does, because then the movie ends and he's like, bye kid, bye hot mom, I'm gonna go try out to be a minor league hockey player. It's not like a heartwarming tale of how like you two can overcome being like a scruffy band of misfits from the wrong side of the tracks to beat the Hawks. It's a movie about how like if you go back to like Pee-wee hockey as an adult, you'll crush it.